Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game. So they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they've been cooking these last couple months. Winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And if you extrapolate that out to a full season, they'd be 14-2. And anyone in the NFL today would sign up for that.
Push him back. Push him back.
Running it with the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year a season ago, Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
Oh, he's got the full package. He can spin, he can juke, he can make you miss, he can drop his shoulder on you. Some of that elusiveness we saw at Penn State has definitely translated to the NFL game. Saquon Barkley hit the proper buttons and turn him loose.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off at the 45 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Jones nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The man wreaking havoc there, Gerald McCoy, the D tackle. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
70, Indy. Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 36, 30. 80 weapon. Leo. Now.
They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White. Had a nice move but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
58, boys, 58, Mike. Let's go. Shoot.
Now Jones. And he's got a moonwalk. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Ready up. 58, come on. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Tighten up. Rock it. Let's go.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Watch the whip. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Hit it.
On 2nd and 7, Jones under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And the kick by Elliott is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Sugar!
On play action, it's Brady. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A gain there of 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Barkley with a carry on first down, and he'll get about 4. So 2nd and 6 forthcoming. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards.
You got nothing.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. We'll check on his status when we get back. And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 20-yard line.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there?
Yeah.
Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing? He was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Abram, the rookie from Mississippi State. The 40, 20, 10, 5, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown, baby, let's go.
Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let him know, let him know. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. 50.
To throw again, Brady. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Now Brady. And Jeffrey's got it. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Here's Madison running on first down. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. You mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Kyle Van Noy, the Pats' leading tackler in their Super Bowl run, in on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half in some of these shorter games.
Now Barkley stripped of the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I've never seen it.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady. He finds Humphries. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Well, that'll get him the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. On first and 10, here's Brady. He'll get this into the hands of Bird. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Demir Bird, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
When we drop defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good effort on the return there gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, exit. Check 50, check 50. Look at me. Score, 5.
From the 35 on second down, Jones. That's complete to John Ross. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
And the Saints first down.
Set, ready? 90, Wolf. I got one. Ready?
They'll run on first down. It's Williams. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. Corey Graham brings him down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Go! General West! Turn up! Kill! Turn up! Check 3.
They'll run with White. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Kill! 6, bullet 5. Bravo!
Now Jones from the gun on third down. Flushed out right. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, Let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Two minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The tackle made by Nicholas Morrow.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones. And caught by Henry. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
It's our time. Jim. Jump, you draw forward. Check for opposite. Hatchet. Hey, hard. Shoot.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The Saints on 4th down last year, 13 of 16, second best in the league, and they'll try it here. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
7 yards there and a first down. They go play action here on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Switch. Get him.
On play action, now Brady. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I'm coming.
Now Brady again. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. The rookie first-rounder Jonathan Abram there to knock it away. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Let's make these babies. Hey, check it.
Throwing again. Brady. It's Hill. Complete. And he gets it down to the 32. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we have reached halftime. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
So here are the Saints to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well.
We go. Set. 60 or. I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Topper. Alert 3. Let's go.
They start the second half here with Williams. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Throwing Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way, creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Play action. Now it's Brady. They complete it to Hill. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. To throw, it's Brady. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Brady going to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Brady, he gets it to Humphries. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Now a play fake. Brady letting one go deep for the end zone. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Josh Hill. His second touchdown on the season, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll roll him out right. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. Anunwa, the intended target. He was pretty good a year ago in college, getting outside of the pocket and making plays, but it's a different story here in the NFL.
Well, in college, when he broke out of the pocket, his receivers often knew what to do in a scramble drill. And defenders weren't quite as adept at that. In the NFL, they work on that as well. They realize once he's out of the pocket, you can knock a receiver down. You can take him out of the play that way. You can make sure you huddle him up and make sure that you have him covered downfield. They do a much better job of it. He's got to learn that the speed has changed on this level.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Brady. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Michael Bennett able to record his 5th sack of the season. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
23 yards the pickup there.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Brady now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Mike Bennett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. On the draw, this is Barkley. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming. Off play action. Brady. And it's caught. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Alshon Jeffrey. His 5th touchdown now on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one. They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
First down, Saints.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
First down, here's White. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Cameron Hayward able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Hey! Banjo. Hey, Orbit. Go. On the ball.
The play clock getting low, so Sean Payton says let's take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays.
Hey. 56, right there. 56. Double dog. That's the way. Yep. 56 to Mike, boy. 56. Check 56. Stay with your man. 56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike. Go. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And the pressure gets to him again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. Back now in Tampa. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
Well, the second down throw on target. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Green 80. Watch the screen.
Brady now on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, but it's going to be second down. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. Now Barkley stripped of the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Brady now on first down. It's caught. Humphreys. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Brady. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 45-yard line. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Brady. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That one goes for 24 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Brady's got his guys 1st and 10, and he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Now it's Barkley, and I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. A first down carry for Barkley. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Saquon Barkley hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But say, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Five.
Check Mike 39. Check Mike 39.
Now Jones. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
Jones operating from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Jones now throwing on 4th down. And this is going to be incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because you still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Again, it's Barkley. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. The Bucs on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Brady going to throw here. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Adam Humphries, his 4th touchdown on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call him?" He was waving the hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They run it again with Williams. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Bucs, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else than their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they suffered just their 2nd loss as they drop to 8-2 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.